I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. I talk about somebody throwing a football 50 yards and the wide receiver catches it, or some player like that boy who shoots all those 3 points all the time. One of the things that people say about us, and it's true, but it's painful, and Hamites we don't want to hear, is that we're spear chuckers, that we chuck spears, and we're good at it, because we were. We were good at throwing a spear to hit that deer, to catch that antelope. That we were good at throwing a spear to stop that animal. We were excellent at throwing spear chuckers. Now, when the man, white man, he calls us spear chuckers, we ready to march for Black Lives Matter. We ready to burn down Detroit if somebody white called us spear chuckers. But we were, because that's how we survived. We were able to throw spears 40 yards. Now we can throw a football 40 yards, or we can shoot a basketball with an eagle eye. Because that's what we do. That's in our DNA. We don't have to be trained to do that. That's who we are. Who we are not is great builders of economies. We don't build great economies. We don't build great cities. We don't build great buildings, but we can chuck a spear. We can throw a football. Now, many would think that's cruel and racist. I don't like you, Pastor Man. You ain't for the black man. You always putting them down. No, but it's true. True. And as a result of that, we're not able to compete with the rest of the world that builds like Jewish boys are unable to compete with Hamite boys on the basketball or the football field. We're not able to compete with them on the banking and on the economic, on the development field. We can't compete with them. Isn't in our DNA. That God has sent me here. Talk to you about a promised land. Living houses that you didn't have to build. And I am, like Moses, perhaps greatly misunderstood. It's been 400 years of our sojourn here in America, from 1619 to 2022, 403 years, if you will. And those 400 years have all been spent in opposition to the fact that we were prophesied by God that we should be. It's been spent in opposition to that. Not one year and not one preacher has come along and told us that we should not be in opposition. At least one Hamite. Now, the Japheth preachers tried to tell the slaves down in the cabins and in the fields and on the plantations years ago. But God said you're going to be our slaves. It's right here in the Bible. They showed it to them in Genesis chapter 9. But they didn't want to buy it. They didn't want to hear it. And they don't want to hear it now. But it's there. And I think it's important for us to realize that over these 400 years, we have developed a lifestyle. We have developed a way of dealing with our slavery, past or present, that is, well, it's not commensurate with Japheth Shemite lifestyle. And so therefore we don't build. Now, if you put us on the field to play sports, ain't nobody gonna outrun us. I can tell you that right now. Ain't nobody gonna throw a football. Ain't nobody gonna shoot a basketball, because that's what's in our DNA after 400 years or longer than that, because in Africa, since the beginning of our being in Africa, since if you will, the diaspora of the pharaohs in Egypt, went down to sub-Saharan Africa, and we lived among the lions. We lived among the monkeys. We lived among the chimpanzees. It's where we lived. Now, I'm not saying that because I hate it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it because it's true. It's true. And you can't hate truth, or you shouldn't hate truth. And by hiding it doesn't help you. And so we developed a lifestyle that was commensurate with who we lived among and what we done. And it's still in our DNA. By that I mean it's still who we are. And God's trying to take us to a promised land, to make us the head of all nations and not the tail.